Hello everyone, welcome back to the tutorial series for Skylar and Plux. Sadly, I wasn't able to properly record, so I lost a little bit of progress. Whatever, you didn't miss a lot. I might cover this in a later video, but basically I just moved to World 2 from the lower, which is basically straightforward. If you play the game casually, you probably didn't. Anyway, so we in World 2, and once again we would start with a cutscene that we skip by pressing escape and skip cutscene. Anyway, let's get started. So, this is one of the most difficult B-hops and longest B-hops in the game, so if you pull it off, it's really great. It might require some practice, and it's not that bad if you fail it initially. As I just failed it, for example. But yeah, as I already said, it's not that bad if you fail it, because there are plenty of backups, just like the one I'm doing right now. So, there's another way to do this segment, but this is one of the ways. I'll include... Actually, I don't need to include a video, because we have a perfect video example from our good friend Cotty at GDQ, or generally look at the top runs, and you get the hang of it. So... we have our second ability, the Time Orb. Quickly speaking, there are two ways what you can do. I'm not gonna talk about the more risky strats. I'm gonna start, as this is the beginner guide, I will start talking about how you can do, what you can do as a beginner. So what you want to do is, you're gonna press F, and I have the game on borderless window, so I'm gonna go and tap out. And this is important, because this is a cutscene where you normally can't move, and it's a cutscene that you can't skip. But when you tap out in those unskippable cutscenes, you actually gain movement. So as I will show you, I will interact with this. I tap out, I tap back in, and as you can see, I actually gain movement. And this point where this blim happens, you can press escape and load last save. Alternatively, you can try to move in this, but I recommend just loading last save. As you can see, we will stand on this platform now, and we have the Time Orb, and this gives a little bit of time. Depending on your PC, this might be faster. We sadly don't have an in-game timer. Oops, I jumped ahead, which I shouldn't, my bad. So, we went across this bridge, or not. We used the B-hopping momentum we gained to get over there, basically. We are at this area, and normally this is a long and tedious way where we should use the Time Orb. But we're not. What we're gonna do, we're gonna build up a little bit of momentum with the B-hop and use this grappling hook. And you gain a lot of momentum through grappling hooks. So what we're gonna do is, basically we're gonna swing on it, and then, yeah, just use the jetpack to gain a little bit more distance and continue B-hopping. Can actually do this entirely blindfolded section, but this is nothing for beginners. So this is normally, as you can see, that it is supposed to be puzzle, but we can completely skip this and almost completely skip the temple. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on this area, jump on this platform, then from here we can jump on this and on this. Can also just go from this to this with a triple jump, and from here on we do a triple jump on this and a triple jump on this. And well, this is basically pretty easy to understand where we're gonna go. And yeah, well, after we climbed up this, we're gonna jump on this ledge, and from this ledge we do a triple jump, and then we're gonna start building up a little bit momentum, and we jump over the bridge gap. And this is basically the end, but it's not. So we're gonna enter the puzzle area from the exit area, actually. So we're gonna start with the first puzzle, and this is very basic. You just want to push. Oh, my mouse stopped working. We want to push those two platforms, so we can get this pushed in. And once again, I will tap out and tap back in to gain control in the cutscene. One thing I didn't talk about earlier: when you are in the cutscene where you can move, and you open the menu over escape, you lose your control again. So we're gonna jump on this button, tap out, tap back in, And as you can see, I'm here. I'm able to move. And I'm gonna line myself a little bit up. This is mostly practice. You just gotta learn it and get a muscle memory for it. But you can take my video material here as a reference. And we're gonna jump on those leaves and then go across and move while in the cutscene. Do not, and I repeat, do not push this block initially. Interact with it. So the sand disappears and we can push this block. And then we're gonna push this good boy here over. And then we're gonna continue pushing this one. Another one. And one more time. And now we can push. This is actually also the, well, somewhat tutorial of the third puzzle. But yeah. Because we're gonna need a similar mechanic in the last puzzle. So, we do this and we can do once again move in the cutscene. And I do not recommend this for beginners, but I can try it anyway. And if I fail, it's even good. In a way, because I can show off what happens if you fail it. So, and once again, you can move in this cutscene, but it's very, very difficult and very hard to see. Because right now I can't see anything. And I made it. So this is basically what you can do. But it is very tricky, difficult, and I do not recommend this as a beginner. You can practice it, but do not try to go for this in runs. So, gonna build up a little bit of speed again, and we at this area, and this is the last puzzle. A lot of people actually have problems with this puzzle casually, but yeah. So we want to push the big one first, and then this in the corner 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. So what we're gonna do next is push this good and block 1, 2, 3, and we're pretty much lined up. And now we're gonna push the last block over to this. And before I push, I'm gonna go and start explaining what happens. Once we push this entire bridge will disappear, and normally a platforming section will appear instead that goes all the way around here. Of course, this is bad because, yeah, it is slow going around. So what we want to do is we push this and start bunny hopping over the bridge to gain momentum to get across. So I will showcase this. So. And this is how you get across. There are different backup strats. I'm gonna show you really quickly. I hope I do not stand. Gosh damn it. Yeah, a backup strat gonna be looked in a different resource. You can see it in a different resource. And once again, push the button, and yeah. I tapped out just for the lulz. I do not intend to move into that scene because, while the last one is hard, this one is it's nearly blind. And this is not even generous. It's like, as you can see, I'm on the trampoline. This is as much as I'm willing to go, because I haven't practiced this at all. It is possible, most likely, but I do not recommend this. So, once we're done with these puzzles, we're gonna go into the outside area. My mouse, this is important. Keep your mouse cursor always out of the menu, because this can screw you up. Imagine I have my mouse cursor here, and then I open, and when I would now go, normally when you go into the menu, this would resume is a default position. So what would happen when my mouse cursor would be here, for example? I go press up and then resume, and yeah, I don't want to have the cursor ever here. So keep it out of the menu as much as possible. So hit up, skip the cutscene, and we're basically at the end of the world. And yeah, so we can just completely skip that platforming section. And now we have a tree that we want to climb. And yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Just climb the tree. Not really hard to do. And we got the next fuse. So skip the cutscene and skip this cutscene once again and go start bunny hopping and deliver that fuse to the lower, or the giant marshmallow, however you want to call it. So interact with F again, skip the cutscene, and yeah. Once we did this, World 3 is open. Because I did some showings, I lost health, which I don't want. So this is normally nothing that you will see and run, and normally nothing you should do. But I'm just gonna go and quickly heal up to avoid mistakes. So imagine I never found up. So from this point on, we go here, we start another bee hop. Bee hopping is generally find your style, find the way you move, find it out. I cannot really, outside of how bee hopping works, I cannot advise you really a perfect route, because there's no perfect route existing. So we want to go in World 3, and we're gonna see a cutscene, and we're gonna press escape and skip the cutscene, and that's basically it for this tutorial section. And next video I'm gonna go and cover World 3. So until then, have a nice evening. I'm saying evening. I'm recording this in the evening. Have a nice day, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.